Today I will show you how to create multi-documents with Docusaurus here in the version 3.8 in 2025. Let's get started. So I have a basic setup here, a starter template from Docusaurus. So if you don't have, you can create and install a new one. Basic is their index page, CSS component. So let's get started. The first thing that before we create a multi-documentation site, we need a content first. Everything starting with the content. If you don't have a content, create it first. Content is a king. So in this case, I will use the example of an e-commerce site. So let's get started. I will create a new, no, not this. New file here, men/intro. No. I will create a new folder. And here is men. And men fashion. Next, I will create another category or another docs, for example, woman. We have lots of women here. And the other one, it could be electronic, like computer. It's a computer. So in this case, in this example, in this tutorial, we have three categories, which are electronics, men, and women. Let's get started. So we will follow along the example from the official site. This is here, guide, docs, doc multi-instance. You see that we have to open the Docusaurus config file. So after we created a category or a docs, we have to go to the Docusaurus config file. We are looking for the plugin. If there isn't a plugin, so we can put it wherever you like. I will put it in the first slide here. I think I should copy it. Plugin. Okay, I will refactor a bit. So I copied the code from the official site. You see that we have to provide a plugins. Each plugin, one plugin for one docs. So we have to create three doc. We have to add it. We have we have to add 3 category or 3 plugin. So just copy and paste and we change it, match your route or file. I will explain one by one. The first thing is the ID. Every plugin has an ID. The ID must be unique and not the same as the other. So in this case, I will use the ID electronic. This one would be men, and this one would be women. Next is the path. Path is a directory folder that you store your file. In this case, we have the next category, under category, so we have to change it into category / electronics. We do the same with men. Another women. Next is route-based path. Route-based path is the URL web browser. So in this case, I will use a short URL, which is electronics, men, fashion. Oh, I think it should stick with normal, simply women. And the sidebar path is your sidebar file. If you don't have the sidebar, you can use the same sidebar as the default docs, which is sidebar.ts. I copy it here and paste. Use the same sidebar. Next thing you will see that what if we didn't provide an ID? It will fall back to a default one, which is the starter or the initial docs and all blocks. Where is my... Okay. You see that this is the preset. This is the initial or the default docs, and this is the default block. The default docs had an ID which is default. If you didn't provide it, it would fall back to this one. So that's why we have to declare or use manually add the ID here. The next thing is the nav bar. So we go to the nav bar, which is under theme config. Okay, here. I use specifier, so it here. So just copy it. We have the same doc sidebar. You see that I haven't add doc ID. So if I go to the web page and I click the link, each one on all of this, it will fall back into the doc default template here. What we're going to do is provide the ID that where we want it to navigate it. So we use this here, doc plugin ID. I think I will remove this one. Doc plugin ID is the ID that we added in the plugin. We have 3 plugins, so we have to add electronic men and women. Electronic men, women. Change it to electronics men, women, women. And what about sidebar ID? Sidebar ID is from tutorial sidebar or the sidebar.ts here. They use the same name, sidebar, tutorial sidebar, and in Docusaurus config, it is the same sidebar. So you can rename it like global automated generate sidebar, whatever you like, and paste it here. This is the same, but I prefer the tutorial sidebar so that it wouldn't be too complicated. And then we are ready to run our site. And start. Localhost port 3000.
Haven't started yet.
So let's recap again. First, you have to create your content first. Second is you provide the plugin with the plugin ID in Docusaurus config. If you have, if you want to create 10 document, 10 docs category or multi or 10 instance, you have to provide it 10 plugin with a unique ID here. And after that, you create a navigation link with use doc plugin ID. Refer to the second step that we add plugin here. Okay, you see that we already have electronic men, women. See that women, we have a lot of women here. Men, we have a men fashion, electronic, we sell computer. And the URL is here. You can see that electronic computer, men intro, women intro. I would add another category here like CPU.md. We have CPU, then we can add like suit.md, then suit, we sell suit, save and head it to the website. You see that we have here automatically from Docusaurus. But if you want to create a page, create a document without sidebar, you can manually add a page. For example, if you want to add a new release, you can go to source page and new release. We have a fall 2025 share, save, and we don't have a navigation link. To position left, we don't need this. Over here, new release, and here we have a page. So docs, every doc has a sidebar, but if you don't want to use a sidebar, you can use a page. Okay, what about tutorial? If you want to share the tutorial, you can also share. In this case, I will share it into baby. I rename the doc here to baby. Okay, I think I should. Okay, we have a baby here, and then we don't have to edit in the plugin. We have to edit in the preset because this is the starter or default template. We use the same property, but we don't have to provide an ID. It would be baby move to category, under category. So this one will be root page part is URL baby. Edit URL, we don't need this. I remove block change to false. I don't use false in the e-commerce website, and I remove this. And this one, tutorial change to baby. Let's load the web server again. Because baby or this link, this navigation link is a default, we don't need to provide an ID. We don't need to provide docs plugin ID here. It will fall back to the default one, which is baby.
Refresh. Tutorial link. You change into baby. Oh. Down docs and intro. Loading.
Okay, here you see that we have a baby, and the URL is also baby, but still use intro because I just rename it and copy it from tutorial. If we visit blog page, blog, it will show page not found. Okay, that's it for today. Creating a multi-instance docs for Docusaurus here in 3.8 version.